Yes, mic check. Yeah, mic check. There is a lot of noise. Maybe little. Yeah, just little bit and just and we can. Where is it? Where is it? It is 1-0. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Okelo Popio. It's a lovely morning here in Uganda, and I greet you all, dear viewers. And those who are listening in, it's 2025 now Special National Open Championships, proudly sponsored by NILE Special and hosted by the Pool Association of Uganda. Today is yet another day where we expect history to be made of for those who have been able to have their maiden chance to be here to maybe have an experience of how the once known red carpet is today. It's and I'm very, very proud that I am back in the booth to comment it, starting with one of the most amazing talent we have. It's Chandigah Caesar playing Ssozi Asuman. It's the first game, 0-0. But by the time I came in around 11, very, very many players had already been shown the exit, and yet many more, just like the seed one of Uganda had just won his match, and very many other people, just like Ovirodan, who last year single-handedly swept off Caesar in a mouth-watering started two uh, last players round. Today, once again, he won his first game, and Caesar gets a foul and a visit. Will he make his first game count? We can see from the stance that the opponent is already showing signs of frustration. But obviously, the journey is still long, and maybe, or just maybe, he will feel his touch. Yes. Nino soma kundi as well. Pizza just won his first game. Sorry, those of you who are listening in. I'm still settling in, and give me for any other inconsistency. But I hope that I'll pick my groove anytime in the coming games. But of now, I've just arrived and we are trying setting up the booth and trying to follow up keenly on what is happening. But from the table, from the center table, we can see Caesar is already leading by one game, courtesy of just a small error of the opponent. A quick overview of the arena. I can assure you that The spirits are high everywhere in the arena. The stands are full. You cannot tell whose fans are seated where. But at the end, towards the end, that's when we really know which side and who and which player has the fans standing where and supporting from where. But as of now, the spirits are high. We can see Mugabo Eric, a former most valuable player, already testing the table. And we can see Computer is gracing the red carpet already. The former manager of the Pool Cranes is already on the red carpet. That is Dr. Onegalit Robert. Yet again, the ladies are already in with the Nabachala or the Secretary Ladies Affairs there on table. We can see Mugabe Benjamin, one of Chiraka's finest, is also set to have his second time on the red carpet. We see Kaiwa Alan from Mukono. He's already doing his best. I've seen the boy from Lira. I've seen one marvelous player from Kitgum. While on the other tables, I can see Appleman. I can see the guy from Achumani. He's called Odongpi. I can literally see Lisa moving on to the table as we can continue to see that Semanda, who is also called Visimba, just setting up for his other game, and so many other players set to grace this occasion. But I can assure you with authority that it's going to be marvelous. It's already started. We're already enjoying, and all games are still on foot since a few communications are being made here and there. But Caesar, obviously, his game is still going on. And as you can see, he is fully in charge of the game with a chance on a red. Marvelous. Though he is still picking his groove, we can say that it's still not yet done. But Caesar being Caesar, and he does it marvelous, just fails on the cue ball. From my angle, he can literally not see that red clearly. And even though he can get it from the angle, I don't think it will be an advantage to him. But just a bat, and it would have gone in. This tells you how ready everyone should be when they come to such a red carpet. Caesar gave a just minimal chance to the opponent. Whether the opponent can use it to his advantage or not, it's a story for another day. And the opponent fails to utilize that chance. We cannot take away the fact that nobody gets used to such a stage. Every year, every player comes and plays as if it's their first time. The nerves are normal. Some of us have been lucky enough to be at such a stage, and yet we know how much pressure such a stage brings to any player. And yes, Caesar leads 2-0 against the opponent. The opponent might be little known, but you cannot tell what he went through to be at such a grand occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, all games have kicked off. And from the background, I think you can hear communication still going on Caesar is currently only seated there, having his take on the center tables. From just an adjacent table is Kanja Ibrahim taking on yet another player I'm yet to recognize. But obviously, I can see that the tension is on. I can see Rama from Umbara with Simba as usual. Formidable. Remember, he is the player who eliminated the former national captain from the regional qualifiers in Mukono just 2 weeks ago. And today he stands at the grand occasion representing such a great region of Mukono. And near him is another player, Kaiwa Alan, who also passed from the same venue. Caesarman versus Ssozi. It's 2-0 in favor of the former champion. Ssozi picking his groove here. Ssozi picking his groove here. He's playing yellow. And I am back. Caesar looking at his third consecutive black, and yet the opponent is yet to find his groove. Proudly, ATN. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be bringing you a few commentaries as and when it matters. But just as I say, I'm still picking up my 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 stance to have a better commentary today. It's a foul break from the opponent. The only prayer that any commentator always has in such events is to have a great game. But from actually both both opponents. Every time it's a one-sided affair, even commentary becomes boring. And I pray that Asuman finds his confidence, draws his confidence from within, and tries to pick up. Otherwise, we might be headed for a very, very unfortunate scoreline. Caesar, very composed this morning. He had enough rest. He has no excuse but to perform, just like all other senior players. Did he just get that white? Yes, he did. It's Caesar today. What else? And obviously, every time there is such a nice shot, the fans don't fail to recognize that it is 3-0. Caesar leading. Asuman Ssozi, from wherever he is standing, from whatever he's feeling, we can say he might be proud to have met the Scorpion on such a grand say, but he will have another story to tell the region that he is representing this day. He's yet to pot a black, whether it will be the same story throughout the games or he will, by any sort of luck or touch and tease, pot in a black, that is yet to be seen. But I cannot fail to say that he has had all the chances given to him, that even now, he now has two visits on a fairly open table. And any serious player would try to control such a game or even win it. And yet, Ssozi's first touch has messed up the whole pattern. Maybe he was planning for red, but now he has to look at another option. He has still taken the reds in, courtesy of a combination shot. He plays red while Caesar now comfortably sits, waiting for any chance, if any. It's 3-0. From the arena, we can see that Lisa is on table 5, playing Another yet formidable player. I see the former champion, Diakmanawe Amos, representing Kasese so voraciously, and yet he is the most consistent player who has never missed this stage. And yet, when the other former champions have been missing, he has had quite an amazing experience that he never misses. This year we have seen Namanya Fred Bondi also missing out. Last year we saw the former champion Black Sheep missing out, but we see Amos always on this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 43 minutes before all games end, but the center table is a unique one with its own timeline. Caesar leading 3 against Asuman Ssozi. It's at such grand stages that new faces emerge, and we live to sing of their expeditions and of their experiences once the time is gone. Caesar awards Ssozi yet another opportunity. It has been chance after chance for Ssozi, and yet he still feels he can't punish the Scorpion for that. Whether it's pity, whether it is nerve, whether it's something else, we cannot tell. But you and I know that such a stage should and can only be graced by confidence and pure confidence. 2 shots, 1 gone, and yet he has 1 ball that doesn't seem to be very well positioned. But a great cut on this one can open up. Oh, what a mess. From the look of things, you can only say the problem is with the table, but I am not going to be one of those who blame the tools for my poor work. And so I totally blame Ssozi for that error. Caesar, on the other hand, also seems to be in an awkward situation and in a seemingly snookered state. A sharp cut, he gets it. White, well positioned. Now to the Scorpion. That white means everything if he is to extend his lead. And just as it is the Scorpion, he does something we all expect of him. He has failed again to get the white. This is not the first, it's not the second, but almost the third time that the white seems to disagree with the prowess and the skills of the Scorpion. He now opts for a swab. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a prophet of doom, but if Ssozi by this time and by this chance fails to punish the Scorpion, then we are going to blame him entirely for this loss. Ssozi makes the first shot. white not well positioned since he needed to have the red on the foot cushion pushed to the black. But he can have a combination which he fails. Caesar now looks at a shot that might require him not the fame, but the skill he has learned for some time. And that skill didn't show up this morning. Granting, granting Ssozi yet another chance and Ssozi contemplating what to start with and what to end with. Ssozi chooses a long range. It's at this stage that you forget that your skill does not apply to every level. Caesar extends his lead, which ultimately sends him to the next stage. Ssozi will never forgive himself for what he did today. I know at the end of the day, he's going to be telling his couth and kin